Today I want to talk about Sage Ryan, who has decided to commit to LSU, and all that's coming up after the bumper.
Don't be cornering me. Hold up. Time. You gotta help me with that corner shit.
What's up, kinfolk? It's RJ Young. I am not on the step mill. Consider hitting the like and subscribe button because I upload a video every single day. It's always college football related, sports related. We have a good time. Today, I want to talk about, four-star wide receiver Sage Ryan has decided to commit to LSU in a tremendous upset of damn near every single crystal ball that was put in for him leading up to this decision. This is from guys that would know. Steve Wiltfong, national recruiting coordinator for 247 Sports, had an Alabama crystal ball. Shea Dixon, who is the man when it comes to LSU recruiting coverage, also had an Alabama crystal ball. And on down that list is 93% of crystal balls in for the top safety recruit, according to 247 Sports, had Alabama going there, especially after LSU picked up a safety a little bit earlier on. And now LSU has the number 5 ranked class in the country with 19 commits. And when we do some more moving and shaking for the 247 Sports rankings and composite, you'll probably see one or two of these guys get back to 5-star status. And this LSU recruiting class has been coming on from the jump, but they're probably going to finish in the top 5, if not the top 4, with this commitment. Huge for them. Now, Sage Ryan was considered an LSU lean for some time, coming out of Lafayette Christian Academy, and he plays so well on both sides of the ball. Like, he had over 1,000 yards rushing, receiving 15 touchdowns last year, and he is compared favorably to Jabril Peppers, who played at Michigan. As a matter of fact, the book on him from Gabe Brooks is that the 5'11", 193-pound dude is versatile, athletic, and functional with his size. Translates to cornerback, safety, nickel, receiver, or tailback. My goodness. Not overly tall, again, 5'11", but possesses adequate height, encouraging bulk related to his position and age. His 40 time is a lasered 4.45 with a 36-inch vertical. He's got speed, he's got explosiveness, he's fluid, and it manifests in all kinds of ways all over the field. And you got to feel good about this if you're an LSU fan, especially after the last couple of weeks where you have seen self-reported NCAA violations related to recruiting, where the headline is a booster paid $180,000 over 8 years to the father of an offensive lineman, Vidal Alexander, after he embezzled that money from a hospital. Add to that what everybody has been talking about, including myself, Odell Beckham Jr. getting slapped for handing out these stacks. Like he was ripping off a grip at the national championship game in front of cameras and everybody. And we was all like, yo, man, you can't do that. That's illegal. Like, do it somewhere else. Do it when they can't see you on these cameras. But Odell had to be seen ripping off this grip and handing out these stacks to these dudes that we're going to go play in the NFL. Justin Jefferson, right? Joe Burrow, and all it goes. But the NCAA don't like that. You know, it's still against the rules. And as long as it's against the rules, it's still something you get penalized for. So don't do that. But now, you know, like, you also get the 8 scholarship reductions, which is what really hurts here. Because I have a question about how many of these guys LSU would actually land in the future that they can take in. Because this might be the last, like, full-up class that they see that can get to a top 5 recruiting ranking for this reason. Matter of fact, my bad, Sage Ryan is a 5-star. I don't know how I missed that. Number 28 in the country. Number 1 position in the 247 Sports Composite. Number 2 in the state. Rajon Davis was a 5-star. He's been a 4-star here of late. Chris Hilton is also really, really great at wide receiver. JoJo Earl, you know about. Getting Garrett Dillinger out of Clarkson is huge. Garrett Nussmeier helping put all this together. Can't believe I missed. My bad, Sage. I thought that they had redone these rankings. Well, it's because I know that the rankings probably going to get redone. I got ahead of myself. That's my bad. That's the 5-star in the boat for them. 20 commits. Top 4 in the rankings. Man, okay. They updated this. That's what's up. Number 2 in the SEC. Number 4 total. We'll see how it finishes out because I still think they're going to take in 1 or 2 more dudes. But again, still the umbrella. This is very good news for LSU and Ed Orgeron, who just had a book come out that I have at the house that I just got to read. Been reading a lot of stuff here of late that has nothing to do with sports, a lot to do with race. And I can't wait to talk about that book with you because I was really interested in seeing what Ed Orgeron had flipped the script on, because the dude that was in Meat Market is a dude that was threatening to take off his shirt and fight people. And by fight people, I mean fight his players about this stuff, man. And now we've seen this dude has become Mr. Delegator-in-Chief, and he was able to hire dudes not like Steve Ensminger, but like Joe Brady to help Steve Ensminger, and then bring in guys like Scott Linehan. Dave Aranda was given complete control of the defense. You got Mickey Joseph recruiting his butt off. You got all sorts of guys that really have some control, some autonomy to do what they need to do. And Ed Orgeron just being like, let's just stay organized and let me do the recruiting thing. And locking up dudes like Sage Ryan is huge, because you also are still in the hunt for Corey Foreman, the number one player in the country, and his homeboy who's from Louisiana, and Mason Smith. You're able to add both of those guys. You could challenge Alabama for that number one overall ranking. We will see how that goes. Ohio State still got some moves they're going to make. They've been making some really great moves here in the 2022 class. But I'm fascinated because, the LSU has had pretty outstanding success, not just in developing defensive backs, but in landing good ones here in the last few years. Grant Delpit won the Paycom Jim Thorpe Award last year, went in the second round of this year's NFL draft. But they're also tremendously young at that position of corner and safety. Jacoby Stevens is doing everything he can back there, but Elias Ricks, like I told y'all, has been coming on to be that dude. Like 3 interceptions so far this year. Cordell Flott, everybody tried to tell me in these comments it's going to be great. I'm like, nah, y'all ain't seen Elias. If you'd have seen Elias, you would have never told me that Cordell Flott was going to be better than Elias. He might be later, but he ain't right now. And I was trying to tell everybody that because I saw that dude get an invite to the opening final as a rising junior. Not as a senior to be, a rising junior. And he already looked the part. He's matching up against guys like Theo Weiss and Jaden Hazelwood in Dallas and going after their lunch money. This is at a place where Dax Hill and Chris Steele were both on display. You understand what it is with a dude like Elias Ricks. And if Bo Pelini gets everything that he needs to have to make this happen, they're going to be a load defensively. If not this year, then the next year when TJ Finley is going to be back. And I try to tell y'all too, TJ Finley is that dude. So for you LSU fans who just wanted to give me the smoke, the last few that I have talked about your team, I've had good things to say. I want good things to say. I don't want you to be so mean in the comments. Otherwise, I ain't got to come up here with the broom and go beat you off the porch. All right, that is it for me. Deuces.